Right, just a quick update really, rather than a video. So I'm out in heart of nature. I've got beautiful trees, fresh sweet air, sound of a waterfall, birds, really tranquil, beautiful place. Of course I'm barefoot, trekked all the way through. It's dry today but it's been wet. So I've gone through mud, stream, all sorts. The update I want to give is, I talked before about the benefits of us now looking to boost our own immune system and looking to increase our own health by looking more back at homeopathy or natural means, if you like, and stuff that's been employed by indigenous tribes and people forever is barefoot with Mother Earth. So I mentioned before about grounding and earthing, and I recommended the program, the Earthing movie, which I still do. And of course, if you're in an urban environment, you can get things such as grounding mat to go barefoot under your desk so you can, while you work, and grounding sheet. I've got both of these, but I'm out in nature every day, pretty much most days. If I'm not, if I've missed a couple of days, I notice it builds up in terms of, a bit of emotional decompression time is needed. But the grounding thing that I mentioned before, one is it's getting you closer with nature, it's making you much more in the moment and tranquil. Primarily, the research shows that inflammation doesn't last or live in the body for too long if you're grounded, if you're earthed. So think about, you wouldn't wire up a cooker without earthing it. You wouldn't do the same to a microwave, you wouldn't do the same to a TV because, or cable installation, because you get interference, it has to be earthed. Well, we're electromagnetic beings. Think of frequency, energy, vibration. We're no different. Our brain and spinal column is no different. There's electrical impulses to it. You need to be grounded, and when you are grounded, you feel much more solid in your decision making, calmer, grounded for what it stands for. I feel grounded, but in a healthy type of perspective, which is where my experimentation has been lying for the last 3 months. Specifically, is in the theory of inflammation can't live in the body if you're grounded or if you're earthed. So years of this game I've been in now, coming up to 43 years of martial training. Started when I was a kid, hadn't really stopped, went right through various other things, strength conditioning, did some amateur strongman, did all-round lifting, odd lifts, more of the old type strongman's grip training type stuff. Been an Olympic weightlifter on an amateur level. Done lots of strength game, and also obviously martial part of things. I've always come into the category of a combat athlete, because I apply everything I do in a cross-training sense to my ability to fight. And explosive aggression with immediate depth in target when you hit, impact. Anything that goes out comes back in. So over the years, I've really suffered with arthritis, so much so I had a left hip replacement. Now it's about 97% back to the way it was, pays to go to a specialist. And I forget that I even had it, but the right one is arthritic. And supposedly due a right shoulder replacement due to arthritis 10 years ago. And I'm still doing what I do. Main place for me was in my feet. Arthritis between where your toes join and your foot. Same in my knuckles. And from the years of hitting shit. Arthritic pain is just a dull, it's a dull ache at best, or it's enough to make you miserable when it was at its ultimate. in terms of its capability to fuck with you all day. So you start to look at other means, so obviously mobility and flexibility and all those things. One of the main things, also diet. So gluten in the diet hits my sensitive areas, if you say, as they say, because it creates inflammation. So experimenting with gluten-free helped. Primary thing I've noticed most of all is barefoot in the forest, the time I spend grounding at the beach, barefoot around my home, using a grounding mat. And honestly, I've got no pain in my feet. I've got faint pain in my right hip and my right shoulder, and fluctuative pain in my hands. But predominantly, most of the time, I used to get up every morning and put my hands in cold water before I could close them. And I've dislocated all my fingers over the years, hitting shit, people, fucking idiots. Yeah. Just training, anything that you cultivate your ability to hit fucking hard, that energy's going out. And when you put it out, hundreds of thousands of reps into impactive kit, it's coming back into your body. So I've really noticed that the grounding has taken away 2/3, to the point where I don't even, oh yeah, I've got an ache. Didn't think about it. The other side of the thing, I would say, is cold showers. Now the cold showers I've been doing now for ages, so I went through the whole progression, and I can do a cold shower till I'm bored, really. The temperature shower that we got anyway, and it's certainly cold enough. So now I progressed to getting an ice bath. So I actually found a blow up inflatable one. Only used it once so far. And fill it up with the water, put it in the bags of ice to get in. I got in and it was great, it done its job. And I noticed after every shower that I have, you know, I did some mobility work, brisk sort of rub down, I feel amazing, because it just awakens your whole body. You know, stimulates your adrenal glands to make you alert. It's a good thing, cold shower in the morning. Work up to it. But what it's also great for is inflammation. So post-training, you know, cold shower, let's say cold, hot. But I just have a cold shower in the morning, and I'll have one later in the day, so a hot shower with cold, intermittent. And I'll have a bath, you know, several days a week, hot bath, nice relaxing, stones in my bath, crystals in my bath, incense, fucking lovely. Really make myself tranquil. And again, you're getting grounded because water's coming from the copper pipes, and you're in a hot, soothing environment. But I use the cold showers and the cold baths for waking you up, invigoration, helping build those, build your immune system, stimulating them white blood cells. It's making you less acidic. So all the benefits that Wim Hof talks about, or many other people that have talked about that kind of stuff. Again, been around a long time. But since I've done the cold showers, I've really found, and I really let them blast on areas that I saw, that I get less soreness as well. So again, another means to remove inflammation. So all this is really then, you'll just notice in previous clips here, forest walks, etc. I've talked about the immune system and things that we can do, and one being earthing, and the other cold showers, as well as many other things. But I'm just telling you, I put down the progress in terms of so much less sore that I even forget that I've got any pain today. Imagine somebody that was that bad, and I function good as gold. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though I've always had this pain, as long as I warm up, you know, oxygen and blood to the brain, blood to the muscles, lubricate the joints, and I move as I've always moved. I've not shown any signs of slowing down yet, but hurt for days immediately after a seminar or something like that, some big event. And I've not been on a circuit, of course, but I've not stopped teaching. So whether that's virtual, whether that's creating something, whether that's remaking video, whether that's workshops, classes, or whatever else, you know, kept moving. I've just not been on the circuit doing it as much. But I still hurt. But the cold shower therapy for the last 3 months and grounding in a peaceful environment for the last 3 months, just getting my feet to the earth, has taken out the inflammation in my body to a fair degree, to the point where 2/3 of my regular everyday dull ache pain that I live with is gone. So anyone that practices or trains combatives will notice this shit wears and tears you. Same if you cross train strength or anything else. To be fair, I remember a friend of mine recently passed, Dave Gentle, bless him. He was a writer for the physical culture scene. He was also a NABA bodybuilding judge. He's been involved in that game since very, very early on. He's particularly interested in more the old-time strongmen, but he used to go to these old-time strongmen and wrestling reunions. These greats have been real force to be reckoned with in their day, in a combative sense. He said it's like a hospital's waiting room. They're all sat there waiting for hip and shoulder replacements. So the hips and the shoulders fox us in this game. You want to nurture yourself. So part of your well-being is also your spiritual well-being, which nature will give you, and your physical well-being, which those things will give you. So look into grounding, and certainly look into the cold showers, because I attribute those two things to less pain. There's probably also good hydration, watch what I eat, my diet, supplement right. But yeah, if you've got some arthritic pain, you're struggling with soreness, DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness from training or whatever else, give grounding a good try. 3 months is a good try. So if you can't commit yourself to the forest for 3 months, get a grounding mat or a sheet and do a cold shower. Just start, put the extremities in, and step in and stay in there for 30 seconds and get a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You don't need more than 3 minutes. I did it right up to 10 minutes, just got bored. We could go warm and cold. Get it to your point where you can fucking just step in a cold shower, blast it. Which is where I'm at with it. And also you'll feel alive when you come out of that. It brings you right in the moment of the now. Stops you thinking about bollocks. Alright, here we go. Peace.